Well guys, here we are, part 2 of the Mortal Kombat 4 Arcade1Up mod. I'm not going to go into any backstory. You either saw the last video or the part 1 of this, you know what's going on. If not, check the link in the description for that video and you can watch that first if you'd like. But yeah, this could be my last Arcade1Up mod, so let's get it finished. The next thing I need to do now is the audio amp. I am asking the buyer privately, I messaged him and said, where do you want this thing? Because this was not my original plan. I don't really want to put it up that high, because you can kind of see it, but then again, it's very obvious where it is. I'm gonna leave it up to him. It's either gonna go there, or, this was my original plan, tuck it under the speakers, loosen them a little bit, and tuck these pieces under the speakers. The buyer has chosen this position for it, does not mind the wires sticking out the back. I'm gonna drill a couple pilot holes real quick. The biggest problem with recording stuff while doing it is it slows you down, and in this case, the camera's in the way for me to do the other side. So, I better give that some support. All right, that looks good. Good enough, right? So I'm not going to show you me doing this side. I'm going to have to move the camera out of the way, but you get it. So it's screwed into place. Now, my other plan is to bring the PC power button, which ideally the buyer will turn off the PC or shut down the PC before turning off the cabinet, but that's up to him, of course. Actually, I may put it over here because I'm thinking I'm going to drill a hole right here to bring all the wires out that need to go into these plugs and this button. So I'm going to do that now. I really wish I had the back on the cabinet. Let me put that on temporarily so all this dust doesn't go inside and get in the computer. And there we go, tape to the rescue. This piece that normally sits behind that is missing, so I can't screw it back in. All right, let's drill this hole that's probably just going to end up getting the crap inside of it anyway, but here we go. So I think I decided on about right here. That way the button can sit here, the wires can come out and plug into that. Let's hope I've chosen a good spot. Ooh, actually I have an idea. And I do have to remember the support that is supposed to be under here is not in there right now, so I can't be pushing down on it too hard. I don't know if I have enough hands for this. I was going to try to vacuum as I do it. We'll find out. Here we go. Oh, crap, there it goes. I'm sure I'm going to open this up and find tons of dust down inside of there, but what are you going to do, right? At least I made an attempt. Oh, let me take the tape off. Tape did a good job, by the way. Maybe that's how I should close all these cabinets up. Okay, let's get this out of the way. All right, I'd say there's minimal junk down inside. Well, I apologize again for the bad angle, but the hole is here. You just can't see it. I'm crammed right now between Hydro Thunder and all the other stuff. I've already fished up one... Oh wait, this is the wrong way. That way, stupid. I already fished up one speaker wire. Let's push that one in. This is the PC power cord. I really hope it's... Oh, it's plenty long enough. Okay, good. Looked like it was a little short there for a second. I'm just going to drape it over the front and continue to get the rest of the wires up through here. More speaker wire. I know I'm forgetting all kinds of stuff. Oh, yep, here we go. The sound, this is to plug in to the back of the PC. Let me fish that down. Boy, I think I got lucky on buying that. I ordered that just for this project, and I think that worked out nicely. That can't be it, right? I think that's it. So I definitely went too big on the whole... No, power. Whoops. The giant, for some reason, I hope you can see this, gigantic power brick for the amp. So I'm gonna have to be sure to tell the buyer that, I don't know why. I mean, it's not like the socket's loose, but this power connection is really wimpy. And I have a feeling if he is transporting it on its back, this may come unplugged. So I'm gonna tell him to be sure he plugs that back in. Or if he doesn't have sound when he gets where he's going, that's probably what happened. This thing came loose. Luckily, that's a very easy fix. You know, just pop it out and plug it back in. The reason I don't sell these Arcade1Ups is because it's just too difficult to make sure everyone's 100% happy. I guess I'll go ahead and plug these in real quick too. This is the right speaker. Oh, gotta twist it a little bit better. So I actually went to Lowe's and bought the cheapest speaker wire I could. Not to cheap out on the project, just because I didn't want it to be super thick. I wanted it to be pretty thin. That way, it's kind of, you know, I don't need these big giant wires coming out. I don't really like that this is coming out already. And to be perfectly honest, I had a better set of wire, not better wire itself, just better for this project, which would have been cheap speaker wire that typically comes with like a, I guess a home theater setup or whatever. But I threw it all away recently when I was cleaning out the closet of my old arcade room. And I had to go buy this. So I bought it by the foot just because I didn't want to have a bunch of it. I knew I'd forget I had it, all that stuff. So yeah. But there we go. And I will take this. It came with a little sticky pad. And I think I'm just going to stick it right here so he can reach over and power off the PC, or at least shut it down, start the shutdown process before he turns off the cabinet. That would be ideal, of course. Yeah, this needs to get pushed back up a little, but we'll get all that done. I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to connect everything inside the PC and we'll come back. I figured I'd show you guys me plugging in the... Oh, if I can even find the darn thing. There it is. Plugging in the PC power cord back to the motherboard. You're never going to... That's the wrong cord. You're never going to actually see me do it, but anyway, you get the idea. I'm taking the orange one. The funny thing about this is I always have to go back and watch my video that I made. Oh yeah, this has to go through the back of the PC. I made a tutorial on how to mod an Arcade1Up, and I have to go back and watch my own video just to pull this crap off myself nowadays. I kind of forget. But it's really good that I made the video, not only for everyone else who needed the help, but for me, who needed to remember how to do this crap. So, I don't know if my fat head's gonna get in here. I apologize if it does. God, this is not a good shot, but there we go. I think I got it in position. Okay. So I'm gonna be putting wipe that off. Putting the button right there, sticking it right there. Let's let that dry for just a little bit there. I'm gonna get, this comes with that PC power button, and it's actually a great little sticker. I've never really had a problem with one coming off. So I always use the one they include. Oh, I'm off camera, I'm sorry. Push it on there real nice, there we go. And there we go. Now I think I'm gonna do it just like, pretty much right here actually. And there we go. So he can now reach over the cabinet, shut down the PC. You don't need to use it to turn it on the way I make them. The PC boots when power is received. So he flips the power switch to the cabinet boots up. All right, so I'm not great at cable management, but I did strap all this stuff together. This probably should have been pulled in. And yeah, this is, bundled up. Not everything's in yet. I still have to put the fan in, but I need to go get some screws for that at the hardware store. PC's all buttoned up. It's about as good as it's going to get. Who cares? They're not looking at the inside of the cabinet anyway, or at least hopefully they aren't. But yeah, I think we're all set. I just went through all the games again, double-checked everything's working. I need to vacuum this off real quick. And I think we're almost done with this. Well, and just like that, the cabinet is done. I sure hope you can hear me over the loud game. Here's the finished product. I didn't show the fan install process because you guys have possibly seen that on my channel before. If you haven't, I'm actually going to turn the sound off on that for now. If you haven't seen it, I'll leave a link in the description, but here it is. It's one of the quiet AC-finity ones. I don't know why it won't focus on it. There we go. Just an exhaust fan. I put it in more as an abundance of caution. There's vents down here. I know people are going to say, well, what about the intake fan? It's like, this thing's not a supercomputer. It doesn't even get that hot. I just didn't want the chance of the person buying it, leaving it on for days on end and potentially making it warm in there. So this will help pull the heat out of the cabinet. I currently have the cabinet emulating MK4, even though the emulation's kind of crappy, but I went ahead and put MK4, the PC version, on here as well. And we'll load that up really quickly. You guys have seen that on my channel also. I'm not going to go too deep into that. It's like the better... Well, okay, so MK4 PC, in my opinion, is the best version of the console versions. That's the arcade style. Now, you could say Dreamcast is better, and I might agree with you, but it's a different game than regular MK4. So, in my opinion, I always put this one on there. The game looks good and all that. Let's just hurry through this. It's not arcade perfect, but... at least it functions properly for the most part. Now my only problem with putting a PC version on here is my usual exit button, which is down here. Does not work. So you have to hit start, you have to go to quit match, you have to go down and exit game, and that will spit you back out to the big box area and he can play the games. Now that is the only PC game on here, period. Everything else is MAME. Just hit a button, the game loads, and let's see, hopefully it loads quickly. There we go. And yeah, everything's working. I went through every single game again because I found, as I was testing random games yesterday, that it was going into the service mode at launch, which is not good because the guy buying it's gonna be like, I don't know how to get out of here. And yes, I am gonna include a little keyboard for him, but I don't want him to have to do that stuff. Turns out when I was setting all the settings, it was actually basically leaving service mode turned on. So there you go. I had to go back through every single game to make sure that the service mode switch wasn't on. So this is the first time I ever had to sign anything for the channel. It's pretty cool to actually have a, I guess, autographed cabinet out there in the wild. I don't think he's ever going to sell it. I even joked that it's probably just going to ruin the resale value a little bit, but he wanted me to do it, so got to make the customer happy, right? And that's the end of that. Mortal Kombat 4 Arcade1Up is now gone. The Shedcade is still at the same 10 games. I think, yeah, we got 5 real cabinets, 5 Arcade1Ups. But with the addition of the KI2 cabinet that I picked up recently, the full-size KI2 cabinet that's currently in my garage, something else is going to have to go, and I fear it's going to be, let me come around, I fear it's going to be the original Killer Instinct Arcade1Up mod. It's either going to be sold or stored. And if it's sold, it's probably going to go to family. I kind of want it to go to family in case I ever want it back. I'd be like, hey, if you're not using that anymore, let me have it. I guess what's coming next will probably be a video on KI2. I'll let you guys know what my official plan is for the cabinet, what it's going to be doing in the arcade here. And yeah, so stay tuned for that. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And be sure to leave me a comment. I didn't get any video of Mel, which I call him Mel. His name is Michael. He's from the, you guys, if you play the Killer Instinct online Arcade1Up cabinet, you're going to know who Mel is. I think he's also well known on the Mortal Kombat 30th cabinet. He's very good. And yeah, he bought the cabinet from me. It was the second time meeting him because I bought this Killer Instinct from him about a year ago. So there you go. And I'm realizing now about the weird colors. Sorry about that. If I look odd, I've got the Rock Band lights on. Got them all over the place in here, and they just make me look funny. But I'm about to play some games and hang out, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you on the next one.